Hello, this is Spartan Commander, and this is the 630th Rome Total War Brotherhood game that I've put onto YouTube. Straight away you'll see this is fought on a custom map, and that map was hosted by Brotherhood member Crypto. Okay, our first teammate is Brotherhood member Aurelius. Now Aurelius has got 10 Spartans, 2 armoured hoplites, 5 archers, 1 peasant unit, and a cavalry armoured general. Just have a look here, you'll see he's got different missile troops here. You'll see he's got Rhodian slingers there, 2 units of Rhodian slingers, and then I believe he's got 2 units of Cretan archers there. There you go, and 1 unit of the cheap mid-range archers there. So he's certainly got a different selection of missile troops there. And there's the Greek Cities armoured cavalry general. You don't see the Greek Cities general being used as a cavalry unit much, so that's pretty unusual. And this is increasingly Aurelius's faction of choice, Greek Cities. Now where he's got that infamous peasant unit that attracts enemy archer and enemy piler fire onto it. He loves to attract those enemy arrows and pilers onto the cheapest unit in the game there. And as I say, that is Aurelius's faction of choice now. He's very comfortable with that faction, and he usually does extremely well with it. Okay, our next teammate is Brotherhood member Earth. Now Earth has just got 8 infantry, 6 archers and 6 cavalry. This is his standard Roman army. This is the army that he feels comfortable with, and this is the army that he always brings when he brings Rome. Okay, now you'd think that he might have good upgrades on his 8 infantry, bearing in mind he has only got 8 infantry, but as you can see, it's just gold shield, gold attack on his infantry. You think with a smaller number of inf you would have good upgrades, so that tells me that he spent his money on his cavalry. And there you go, fully upgraded Praetorian cavalry, 3 experienced stripes, gold shield, gold attack. That turns this elite cavalry into kind of super cavalry there. You'd be really surprised how much of a difference those 3 experienced stripes make on cavalry. Okay, so will those 6 fully upgraded cavalry and those 6 archers make up for just 8 infantry? I guess we'll have to see as the battle unfolds, but as I say, this is Earth's Roman army of choice, and he seems to be quite comfortable with that. Okay, our next teammate is myself, Spartan Commander, who has unusually bought an old-fashioned, very balanced Britannia army. Okay, I've got 7 chosen swordsmen, 5 head hurlers, and 6 warlord chariots. Okay, now the chosen swordsmen, you'd be surprised with good upgrades how good these troops are. They've got excellent morale, the same as urban cohorts and Spartans, excellent morale, and you'd be, as I say, with the specifications and the good upgrades, you'd be surprised at how tough they are. Then we move on to the infamous head hurlers. Now remember, these heads are effective against armour, and a modern Britannia army usually consists of 14 head hurlers and 6 maxed chariots. Okay, that's a modern army. And make no mistake, 14 head hurlers, the damage that they can do was absolutely devastating. But if by the time they've thrown all their heads, they haven't tipped the battle in their favour, all you've got is 14 light infantry. Okay, and of course light infantry going up against enemy heavy infantry, they will lose. Make no mistake, 14 head hurlers are devastating, can be absolutely devastating, but like I say, if they've thrown all their heads and they haven't tipped the balance in their team's favour, then all you've got is 14 light infantry. So that's why I like to bring an old-fashioned balanced army there of chosen swordsmen and head hurlers. Now over the years I've done experiments here with Britannia. They've got either the British heavy chariots or these barbarian warlord chariots. The heavy chariots have got 3 hit points, these guys have got 5, and I've experimented with both types of chariots. And bearing in mind that the ordinary heavy chariots are about 580 denarii, something like that, and these guys are over 1,000. I've got to be honest, the extra money and the 2 extra hit points on these barbarian warlord chariots really give them the edge. So if anybody's thinking of bringing a Britannia army, I would advise you to bring these barbarian warlord chariots over the ordinary Britannia heavy chariots. So there's my very old-fashioned, old-school Britannia army. Be interesting to see how it does during the course of the battle. Now our last teammate is Brotherhood member Steve Longshanks, who's got an unusual army build. He's got 10 infantry, 2 archers and 4 cavalry. Okay, but if you have a look closely at the upgrades on his infantry, I think you'll be quite surprised. Now there's his general unit, infantry general unit. Count the upgrades on them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Fully upgraded. So his infantry general, 3 experienced stripes, gold shield, gold attack. Plus, if you notice there, he's also got 2 Eagle units, one there and one there. Now they've only got 1 upgrade on each, so he's going to keep them out of the battle until the very end. He won't want to put them in. So there you are, you got fully upgraded infantry general, 2 Eagle units, but look at the upgrades on his infantry, his ordinary infantry. Fully upgraded urban cohorts, 3 experience stripes, gold shield, gold attack. All his urban cohorts are maximum upgraded. As I say, 3 experience stripes, gold shield, gold attack. Plus with the 2 Eagle units for morale, plus with the infantry general unit. That is a heck of an infantry army there. Okay, and I think it'll be interesting to see how well that does during the course of the battle. Now, because he spent his money on his infantry, I'm thinking his cavalry have probably just got gold shield, gold attack on. So that's an interesting infantry army build there. So we've got Greek cities there with Aurelius. We've got Rome there with Earth. We've got Britannia with myself, Spartan Commander, and we've got Steve with Scipio there. But as I say, interesting army builds, and I hope you enjoy this battle. And here is the other team. We have Brotherhood member Crypto, the host of this game. Now Crypto has got 16 infantry and 4 cavalry, so he's gone very heavy on the infantry there. It'll be interesting to see if 16 infantry will make up for 4 cavalry during the course of the battle. I notice he brings 16 infantry when he faces the Greek cities. Okay, the next teammate is Brotherhood member JGP. Now he's got 12 infantry, 2 archers and 6 cavalry. Okay, 12 infantry, 2 archers and 6 cavalry. And if we have a quick look at the upgrades on his cavalry, he's just got gold shield, gold attack on his cavalry, which tells me that he's probably spent most of his money on his infantry here. We have a look there. Yep, you can see he's got 7 upgrades on his infantry, and experience stripe, gold shield, gold attack. I think he's got mixed upgrades, because I think a couple of his forward units have just got gold shield, gold attack on. So I'd be interested to see how well that army does during the course of the battle. Okay, their next teammate is Brotherhood member Spearman. Now Spearman has got 12 infantry, 3 archers and 5 cavalry. Okay, 12 infantry, 3 archers, 5 cavalry, and I think he's got mixed upgrades as well. If you notice there, can you see he's just got gold shield, gold attack on some of his units, and he's got 7 upgrades on other units there, and experience stripe, gold shield, gold attack. Quick look at the upgrades on his cavalry. And you'll see he's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think he's got 8 upgrades on his cavalry, 2 experience stripes, gold shield, gold attack. That makes that cavalry pretty super carrier. So I think that's a pretty good balanced army there. And their last teammate is Brotherhood member Barclayman, who's bought the Armenian faction. Now Barclayman's got 10 heavy spears, 4 archers and 5 cavalry. And this is increasingly Barclayman's faction of choice. I notice he's bringing Armenia quite a lot. And if you have a quick look at the upgrades on his heavy spearman, you will see that he has got 9 upgrades, fully upgraded heavy spearman there, 3 experience stripes, gold shield, gold attack. So make sure, and those spears, don't forget, not only are they anti-cavalry, but they will kill chariots quite quickly as well. Quick look at the upgrades on his cataphracts, and there you notice he's got 8 upgrades, 2 experience stripes, gold shield, gold attack on his cataphracts. Remember, we call these guys the tanks of the ancient world because they're armoured from head to toe. Okay, so that's it could be potentially battle-winning troops. So there's the enemy team. You got Rome, and Armenia. Let's say this should be a cracking battle, and I hope you enjoy it. Okay, at this early stage of the battle, you can see that Aurelius' peasant unit is being targeted by JGP's cavalry unit there. As I say, Aurelius uses that peasant unit extremely well there, and that's why probably JGP is quite happy to target that unit. You can see he's doing a lot of damage there before any of our allies' cavalry can get over there to relieve that unit. It wouldn't surprise me if that peasant unit routed. There you go. Remember, peasant morale is not very good, and when it starts suffering damage, it will rout there. You see Aurelius bringing his cavalry general in there, but it's too late now. Here you can see Crypto moving his 16 infantry units across the battlefield here towards Aurelius, his Spartan units there. Okay, I think with Crypto having 16 infantry units, I think that gives him a lot of confidence there. And as I say, you can see him moving towards our Greek cities ally there. And as you can see, Aurelius moving his Spartans away from those 16 units. Even though Spartans suffer less damage because they've got 2 hit points and excellent specifications from Pilers, He doesn't really want 16 urban cohorts throwing their pilers into his Greek city units there. If you notice, Crypto's also got quite a wide formation here, so he can pin and hold the Greek cities where he can get units around the flank. We have to be aware of that. Okay, let's pause the game for a second here. Look at our team's general disposition. As you can see here, we formed up here with our Greek cities on our right flank, Scipio in the centre, and Brute on the left. If you notice, I'm keeping my Britannia units at the rear of my teammates there, and there's a reason for that. And that's because, of course, barbarian troops are so susceptible to missile damage. And make no mistake, the enemy would love to get their archers in range of my barbarian troops there and start killing them. So that's why I need to keep my barbarian army at the rear of my allies' units there. And from that position also, it's quite handy because depending on which flank we're going to attack, or through the centre or whatever, I've got a position there where I can move to the flanks or the centre from that rear position, as well as protecting my units from missile damage. But as I say here, you can see Crypto being very aggressive with his 16 units of Julii infantry. There comes JGP's cavalry unit again. Look, I'm bang into that peasant unit. That peasant unit suffered so many casualties that it routed on impact there from JGP's cavalry unit. And as I say, Aurelius uses that peasant unit, as we've seen in so many battle videos, to attract enemy archer and piler fire onto it there. But obviously now with that unit routed, you can see Aurelius is moving his Greek cities army back there away from Crypto's Julia army there. As I say, with Crypto's 16 infantry units there in that wide formation, he can easily get around the flank of Aurelius if they actually do start fighting. You can see Aurelius's missile troops here. I think he's got 2 Cretan archers, 1 short-range archer unit, and 2 Rhodian slinger units there as well, that he may well start to use on Crypto's Julii infantry there. But as I say, that's a heck of a lot of urban cohort units there to throw their pilers into Aurelius, his Greek city units there. Now what I've spotted here, I think looking at Crypto's army, that could possibly be a good target for my Britannia army there. If I crunched in there with my chosen swordsmen after weakening them with my Headhunters, okay, I could get my chariots around the flank and charge into the flank of Crypto's army there. So that's a possible target for us there. But I should keep an eye on the Armenian Spearman there. It'll be interesting to see if Barclayman's going to take those Spearmen over to Crypto's Julii troops there to protect them, or whether he may well look to attack somewhere else there. But as I say, you can see Crypto there on that left flank. Looks like he's going to be very aggressive with those 16 units of Julii infantry there, backed up by his 4 cavalry units. Okay, here you can see that 1 peasant unit is still out the front there, and you can see the Julii infantry moving towards it. And once again, that peasant unit, I think, is that about the 2nd time it's routed there. So I must say here, you can see that Crypto's Julii units there crashed into that armoured hoplite unit there before he could get his spears down. So now, of course, it's a sword v sword battle there, and of course the urban cohorts are superior to those armoured hoplites there. So it wouldn't surprise me if that unit routed. And all the time here you can see Crypto's wide formation there, looking to make the most of his 16 infantry units there in that wide formation there. But as I say, I've got my Britannia army there with my chosen swordsmen and Headhunters there, looking to target that Julii army of Crypto. If I bring my chariots, say, down to maybe round about there, if I bring them round to about there, to crash into the flank of those Julii infantry, while I am pin and engage them with my chosen swordsmen and softening them up with my Headhunters as well, those chariots charging could cause a good lot of those units to rout. That's what I'm thinking of at the moment. Okay, there's Aurelius being very, very aggressive, and he charges in with his infantry straight into Crypto's Julii infantry there. Very aggressive attacking move there by Aurelius, but he needs to watch his left flank there. I can see those heavy, fully upgraded Armenian Spearmen coming into his flank there while he's fighting the Julii infantry there. But I'm going to get my chariots down. I'm going to attack with my Britannia army there, Crypto's Julii troops. I think that's the battle plan there. Let's say here you can see a lot of Crypto's Julii units throwing pilers into Aurelius' Spartans. Let's say you can see that fully upgraded Armenian spear formation coming towards the flank of Aurelius as Greek city units there. Plus you can see those SBQR units of JGP coming in behind Aurelius there. Okay, so poor old Aurelius is fighting Julii at his front, fighting SBQR on his left, plus those fully upgraded Armenian spearmen coming in on him as well. Okay, so Aurelius has got a lot to do there. As I say here, you can see I'm moving my Headhunters forward there. I just want to show you the power of those effective against armor heads if you haven't seen that before. And you'll see that, there you are, can you see all those effective against armor heads crashing in to those that forward Julii unit there, really causing massive damage. And that's an 82-man unit there. You can see is gradually being reduced further and further down. As I say, with a modern Britannia army, imagine 14 Headhunters and the damage they can do to, especially to Roman troops. Look at that. Now, I haven't lost a single Britannia soldier yet, and look at the damage I've caused to that one unit. Okay, let's pause the game for a second here. So here you can see Aurelius with his Greek cities fighting Julii troops in front of him there. Okay, he's fighting fully upgraded Armenian spearmen coming in, plus he's got enemy SBQR infantry coming in on him as well. So Aurelius is fighting in several different directions there against all those enemy troops. Over here on our left flank you can see that Earth's Brutii troops are facing Spearman's Julii troops there. Be interested to see what happens there. Earth's usually very, very aggressive there, but remember Earth has only got 8 infantry, so he's going to have to be incredibly tactical and strategic with that infantry to make the most of them. Okay, as I say, over here now I've moved my chariots over to the flank there, ready to charge in to those Julii infantry as soon as I make contact with him with my chosen swordsman. Now remember, Crypto is a veteran, RTW veteran. He can see what's coming, and it wouldn't surprise me if he backed his Julii army off there, because he doesn't want to be pinned and held with my chosen swordsman ready for my chariots to smash into him there. So as I say, it wouldn't surprise me if Crypto decides to tactically withdraw his Julii army there rather than stand and get smashed by chariots coming in on his flank. My Headhunters there are weakening those Julii units there, and you can see my chosen swordsman bangs they charge in. But as I say, it wouldn't surprise me now if Crypto started to withdraw his Julii infantry, which you can see he's doing now. Now he's not just moving back. If you notice here, he's moving his Julii infantry over towards his Armenian spear ally there. Okay, remember those Armenian spearmen, fully upgraded. They kill chariots as well as they kill cavalry. So that's why he's moved his Julii infantry back towards his Armenian ally there. Okay, so that's a nice tactical move there by Crypto. In fact, it may well have been the team plan to do that. I'm not sure there, but as I say, remember those spear units there will kill chariots as well as cavalry, so I must bear that in mind with my barbarian warlord chariots. Don't really want to get involved with those spearmen if I can possibly help it. Plus those massively upgraded cataphracts there as well could cause problems. Okay, but meanwhile over here in our left centre, can you see that JGP's SBQR cavalry has smashed through the gap between our Brutii ally and our Scipii ally there? There was only archers there, and he smashed through that, and he could get in behind us now and either attack our missile troops or smash into the rear of our engaged troops. You can see Spearman moving his Julii troops down into the fray as well. Now it'll be interesting to see what Earth's going to do with his Brutii army at this stage of the battle. Poor old Steve there looks like he's going to get a bit of a hammer in there. Okay, so as I say here, you can see that Crypto's tactically withdrawn his Julii troops towards his Armenian spearman ally there. Okay, and you can see that Spearman and Crypto, of course, have got their cavalry locked and loaded, ready to charge in. Right, can you see Steve's Scipii cavalry charging in there? Okay, bang, as he charged in there, and those cataphracts have countered Steve's Scipii cavalry attack there. Okay, so over in this area here, you can see, as I say, JGP's SBQR cavalry is smashed through there, ready to charge into the rear, possibly, of Steve's Scipii troops. As I say, you can see Spearman charging through there. Looks like Julii and SBQR are going to attack Steve's infantry there. And as you say, you can see Aurelius here fighting those Julii infantry. He's done really well to hold there as long as he could, but here you can see Steve Scipii cavalry involved with the enemy Julii infantry and those Armenian cataphracts. Okay, so things not looking very good here. Steve charges cavalry in to try and help Aurelius's infantry there, but now you can see that Julii cavalry counter-attacking there. We're just going to counter-attack there, and now he's decided to go in for he's going to hit Earth's Brutii cavalry there. And remember, Earth's Brutii cavalry is fully upgraded, so they're going to make a good fight there. Now you can see I'm charging my chosen swordsman forward there, and as I say, I've got my chariots locked and loaded, ready to charge in there, but I must be aware of these Armenian spearmen, which are fully upgraded, and as I said earlier, they kill both cavalry and chariots. But I'm charging my chosen swordsman forward into that Julii infantry there. And over here you can see, remember, the enemy are the Julii and the SBQR, and they're really pushing in on Steve's infantry. But remember, a lot of Steve's infantry was fully upgraded urban cohorts. Now, here you can see Earth charging his Brutii infantry into the rear of the enemy Julii infantry there. So this is a nice counter-attack here by Earth, straight into the rear of that Julii infantry. So you can see that both the enemy SBQR and Julii infantry are pushing in on Steve's units. You can see some of Steve's units are starting to rout, but remember, as we saw earlier, Steve has got a lot of fully upgraded infantry there, plus you can see Earth's cavalry, which are fully upgraded, charging in to try and help as well. Okay, there's lots going on all over the battlefield at the same time here. Right, you can see, as I say, my Britannia chosen swordsman charging forward to try and hold and engage those Julii infantry. It wouldn't surprise me if this Julii cavalry smashed into my chosen swordsman as well. And here comes my chariots. Okay, the chariots are on the way. Okay, you can see them charging forward there, and you can see the Armenian general running his spearmen forward and his cataphracts. Okay, you can see that Julii cavalry smashing into my chosen swordsman, but my chosen swordsman still holding. Here comes my chariots, and bang, as they smash in there. Look at those cataphracts smashing in to my Britannia troops as well. Plus, as I say, you've got those fully upgraded Armenian spear units there as well. Okay, so this could well be a pivotal part of the battle here. Whoever wins here could well go on to win the battle. But as I say, with those fully upgraded Armenian spearmen there, they will kill a lot of my chariots. Poor old Aurelius here has been fighting for a long time against enemy Julii troops there. And you've got enemy archers shooting into us all the way through the battle as well. But meanwhile, over here on our left flank here, you can see there a lot of Steve's units are beginning to crack now under that massive attack by enemy SBQR and enemy Julii troops. As I say, I think Earth's doing a great job here, coming in behind the enemy team with his Brutii infantry, putting a pressure on those enemy Julii infantry there. But they're really pushing forward here, trying to break Steve's Scipio units, and the only reason Steve's units are still holding is because he has got fully upgraded urban cohorts who will fight down to the last man. Okay, and plus he's got his general still alive there as well. But if they force their way through Steve, look, they're smashing into my Britannia army or into the rear of Aurelius's Greek cities there. So as I say, my chariots there doing a lot of damage there. Remember, not just the killing of enemy troops, but the fear factor that those chariots bring. Okay, lowering the morale of enemy troops, making them more susceptible to routing. Remember, those Armenian cataphracts have got 8 upgrades on, 2 experience stripes, gold shield, gold attack, and they are really well armoured, so they're going to be difficult to kill there. But my Britannia chosen swordsman there, remember, I'm hitting war cry all the time there. Remember, when you press that war cry button, it enhances the attack specifications of barbarian troops. Here you can see Earth's Brutii troops really pushing into the rear of those enemy Julii troops here. Now this was a nice hit here by Spearman's cavalry, straight into the back of Aurelius's engaged Greek cities there. You can see it smashed a couple of his Greek city units into routing there, but that was a nice hit there. That's a hammer and anvil attack. Spearman's cavalry being the hammer, and of course Crypto's infantry being the anvil there. But here you can see my Britannia chosen swordsman and my head hurlers and my chariots doing quite well. But over here on the left flank here, you can see that Earth pressing in there. Let us kill routed Spearman's general, and he'll be now after JGP's general there. If he can take that general unit out as well, then of course that's going to take a lot of morale away from the enemy troops there. Okay, but there's still a lot of Julii troops here trying to kill Steve's infantry there. But as I say, Earth's doing extremely well with this Brutii army pushing his way into the rear. Okay, so over here, as I say, I'm moving my chosen swordsman up now. And what I'm thinking is, if I could get a chariot unit up to that left flank, because the enemy troops are so battle depleted and their morale will be low, if I can get a chariot unit up there, I'm thinking that could cause a mass rout of enemy troops. Okay, I remember thinking that at the time, if I can spare a chariot unit or a couple of chariot units and send them up there, we could well get a mass rout going there. But here I'm still concentrating here, trying to take out as many Armenian cataphracts and those spear units with my infantry as much as I can there. But as I say, you can see a lot of Armenian units starting to rout now. Right now, here can you see a couple of Scipio units smashing into that left flank, but you can see my chariots there. Let's pause the game for a second. So I'm now going to take my chariots up there and try and smash into those enemy units along with those Scipii cavalry. As I say, the fear factor that these chariots bring, plus the impact of those chariots, could well cause a mass rout on that left flank. And if we can do that, it's going to free up a lot of our allies' troops there. Right, you see my chariots getting closer and closer. Get ready for this. Bang! As they smash in there. Straight away, did you see a mass rout of the enemy Julii and SBQR units there? That's the power that chariots have got, sapping the morale of tired, battle-depleted units there, and then they will rout. And that's just what happened there. Okay, I'm taking my chosen swordsman up there, but I can see that all the enemy have been routed up there now. So what I need to do now is help Aurelius. Okay, Aurelius has been fighting for ages there. I'm going to charge my chosen swordsman down to help Aurelius. Make no mistake, I've pressed that war cry again to enhance their attacking specifications as we charge down there into those Julii troops. These archers in close tight formation have been causing us a lot of casualties through the battle here, so I've decided I'm going to smash into them with my archers, and you can, with my chariots there. As you can see, my chariots are doing a lot of damage to those Armenian archers there. But meanwhile over here you can see that line of Armenia, fully upgraded Armenian spearmen moving in on towards our Greek cities ally and my chosen swordsman. Now what I'd like to do is smash my chariots into the back of these enemy Julii infantry there, hammer and anvil attack, my infantry being the anvil and those chariots being the hammer there, and bang as they charge in there. Now don't forget, it's not just the attacking specification they've got, but as we said before, the fear factor they bring, sapping the morale from enemy troops. You can see that the Julii general is actually facing the chariot attack there now, so I'm now pushing in with my chosen swordsman into the rear of those Julii infantry there. We've still got chariots units charging in there as well, routed a lot of those Julii units, and I think my chosen swordsman have done extremely well there. Bearing in mind that Britannia is very often looked upon as maybe a lesser 31k faction, but in fact it is a very strong 31k faction if you use it in coordination with your allies. Right, that's my general's just been taken out, so that's bad news for us there. And we still got those Julii infantry and of course those fully upgraded Armenian spearmen there that have been a pain all the way through this battle. Very strong there. They say you still got some Armenian cataphracts left that are charging into the fray, trying to take out our Scipii allies general there. If you notice here, I've moved a couple of my head hurler units forward that have thrown all their heads, and I've now alt attacked them, so they're now fighting with their swords there against those Armenian spearmen there. If you notice, I've got one unit that's still got some heads left, and they're throwing those effective against armor heads into those Armenian spearmen. Okay, so the casualties that those heads will be causing will sap the morale of those Armenian units that haven't got very good morale anyway. And there you can see a lot of those Armenian units are starting to rout now, and I'm charging in that head hurler unit as it's thrown all its heads now, and you can see a heck of a lot of the enemy units starting to rout. Remember, the enemy are Armenia and Julii here, and they've just admitted defeat, I think, and it looks like our team has managed just to go on to win the battle there. Okay, so I've been quite lucky there. I'd say I've got 2 units left, 2 head hurler units left. One has got 43 men in, which seems quite a lot, doesn't it? And the other one's got, what, 21 was that there. So there you go, that's the head hurlers there. and that's the whole of my army that I've got left. That's everything that I've got left in my entire Britannia army there, just those 2 units. And I think Aurelius is pretty battle depleted as well. But here you can see, this is where the chariots charged in there into that enemy Julia army and that Armenian army there. So you can see a lot of dead cataphracts there. If you notice there, see a lot of dead cataphracts. So my army did quite good there. Coming across to this particular part of the battle here, you can see the red cloaked Spartans were fighting here. You can see the dead on the battlefield here, and over on the left flank. And this was a massive battle here. This is where the SBQR and Julia army tried to break Steve's army there, but Earth came in behind him with his Brutii army, and they managed to break the enemy there before they could break Steve. As I say, Steve's fully upgraded urban cohorts held so long there that I think they kind of saved the day there, because if the enemy had smashed through there, they would have crashed straight into the back of Aurelius. And here you are, you can see one of Aurelius's units left with 1 man in. Now bearing in mind these Spartan units have got 2 hit points, excellent specifications. To go down to 1 man says a lot, and this other Spartan unit's got 23 men in. So that's the sum total of the entire Greek cities army left of Aurelius's. So it just goes to show how much of a grinding down battle this really was. Now, do you think it's going to be a close battle, an average battle? What do you guys think before the actual battle result comes up there? Let's go into triple speed. And first thing I'd like to say is really well played to everybody in the game there. Really well played, guys. And as you can see, it was an average victory there, which surprised me. I don't know about you guys. Do you think it was a close victory? And I'd like to draw your attention to the highest kills in the game goes to Brotherhood member Earth. Now remember, Earth just had 6 archers, 6 maxed cavalry, and 8 infantry with just gold shield, gold attack on. And he got the highest kills in the game. So maybe it's not the size of the army that you bring, it's the tactical and strategic way that you use that army that helps you get big kills like that. So really well done to Earth. 8 infantry, 6 archers, 6 max cavalry. Okay, so well done, Brotherhood member Crypto. Possibly didn't get the kills that he wanted to with 16 infantry units and 4 cavalry. Well done to JGP. Got some good kills there with his SBQR army. Really good aggressive attacking. Well done to Spearman. Probably didn't get the kills that he wanted to there, but he was sandwiched between Steve's fully upgraded urban cohorts and Earth coming in behind him. And well done to Barkyman. Possibly didn't get the kills that he wanted to there with Armenia. But well done, guys. That Britannia army of mine, very old-fashioned, old-school Britannian army, but I've managed to scrape in the 2nd highest kills in the game. So pleased with that. Well done to Steve. Did well, held really well there, a crucial position where he held. As I say, well done to Earth, highest kills in the game with that particular army, and well done to Aurelius, fighting all the way through the battles with his Greek city troops, did extremely well there. So just to say, really well played to everybody in the game. And it was quite a diverse team for us. Look, Britannia, Rome, and Greeks up against 3 Romes and Armenia. If you enjoyed the battle, please leave a comment or please leave us a thumbs up. It's always nice to know what you think of our battles. Bye for now.